In last class, we discussed about different points about the reproduction in plants. Means reproduction types. What is reproduction? Reproductive part. Which is the reproductive part in plants? What are the parts present in reproductive structure? Next, what are the parts of the flower? Like this, in last class we discussed about different types of aspects of the reproduction in plants. Okay, types of flowers. Unisexual flowers, bisexual flowers, complete flowers, incomplete flowers, like this. Okay, next, in this class, we will discuss about different parts of or different reproductive parts of flower. Okay, here male parts, male reproductive parts, male reproductive parts. Reproductive parts, stamen is the male reproductive part. Stamen is male reproductive part. Stamen, this is the male reproductive part. Here, one stalk-like structure is present. It is called filament. Next, a knob-like structure is present. It is called anther. It is called anther. Anther is the important part in this structure because male reproductive structures are developed inside of the anther. What are these grain-like structures present in anther? These are pollen grains. These are actually pollen grains. Listen, pollen grains play a very important role here. Can we see the pollen grains in flower? Can we see the pollen grains by taking a flower? Yes. Yes, we can see the pollen grains. To observe the pollen grains, we have to perform an activity. Let us see this activity. First, we have to take a flower. Then you have when you just rub the male part of the flower, some grain-like structures fall on the slide or paper. You can observe these grain-like structures. These grain-like structures are called pollen grain. These are called pollen grains. Pollen grains are maximum in yellow color. These are maximum in yellow color. Are understanding? We can observe pollen grains in this way. This is about here male reproductive parts. Male reproductive parts. Observe oneself. What is this entire structure? What is? Stamen. What? Stamen. Next, female reproductive part. Female reproductive part. Female reproductive part. Which is the female reproductive part? Actually, carpel or pistil or this is the female reproductive part. When we observe the carpel, observe here. Three main parts are present. Swollen, largest basal part of carpel is called ovary. It is called ovary. Narrow tube-like structure from here to here. This is called style. This is called style. Another knob-like structure present at a tip is called stigma. Is called stigma. These are main important parts in carpel. Here, female gametes, very important female reproductive structure, is located inside of the ovary. Inside of the ovary, some oval shaped structures are present. These oval shaped structures are called ovules. These are called ovules. Observe here. These are called actually ovules. Okay, remember important parts these are. Understanding? Next, take an ovary and cut the ovary transversely, means like this, transverse cutting. When you cut the ovary transversely, you can observe this like structure. like this. Observe here. These are ovals. These are ovals. Observe here. These are usually ovals. Okay. Observe all important points about female reproductive structure. Next, take the fruit of same plant. Take fruit and cut the fruit into same like this transversely. You can observe here also same. This is carpel. This is fruit. Here these are seeds. These are seeds. Observe, these two are similar. Observe once. Here all arrangement of ovals and arrangement of seeds are similar in fruit and carpel. Carpel means ovary of the carpel it is. Ovary of carpel. Okay, ovary of carpel. Okay, we can say directly ovary. Like second, what? Ovary means after fertilization process, ovary becomes fruit. Ovary becomes fruit. Ovals become seeds. Ovals become seeds. That is why TS of ovary and TS of fruit appear likely. Appear likely. Are you understanding? Okay, observe once. Next, another important process, pollination. Remember, another important process, that is pollination. What is pollination? Here, it is a process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. Process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination process. Means pollen grains should transfer from anther to stigma. Then only reproduction occurs in plants. Okay. Okay, observe how this pollen grains transfer from anther to stigma. Let us see. Here there is an activity to observe the pollination process. In this activity, you have to select 10 flowers. You have to select 10 flowers. How to select 10 flowers? Then means before opening. How to select 10 flowers which are in bud condition. Which are in bud condition. Okay, first in bud condition. Then you have to cover the two flowers with polythene bags and how to tie the mouths of the polythene bags tightly. Then how to form small holes by using the pins in polythene bag like this. After some time, flowers will open. Then you have to collect, listen carefully here, you have to collect pollen grains of same species. For example, if you select these flowers from a plant that is bottle gourds, imagine. Okay, just imagine bottle gourds. Now we have to collect pollen grains only from bottle gourd plants. Are you understanding? Like this, say from same species. Okay, you have to collect the pollen grains. Now you have to collect pollen grains. These are pollen grains. Now you have to take matchstick and form a ball-like structure at the tip of the matchstick by using cotton. Then dip the knob-like structure of the cotton in this pollen grains. These are pollen grains. Then how to dip this cotton ball, knob-like structure in pollen grains. Now we have to listen carefully. Now we have to reopen the. Now we have to reopen the polythene bags. Reopen the polythene bags from the all 10 flowers. Now we have to place this. Listen carefully here. Now we have to rub this cotton ball, mastic containing the cotton ball with pollen grains on stigma of 5 flowers of 5 flowers. Then listen carefully here. Then you have to remove the male reproductive parts from all 10 flowers. How to remove all male reproductive parts from 10 flowers. Only how to rub the pollen grains on stigmas of 5 flowers. Okay, only 5 flowers, and how to mark them. Okay, and how to mark them. Okay, for example, pollen grain like this. Remaining 5 flowers. How to mark to remaining 5 flowers. Okay, no pollen grains. No pollen grains like this. Now we have to re-bag the, or now we have to recover the 10 flowers. Okay, 10 flowers. 10 flowers with polythene bags, and you have to close the mouth of the polythene bags tightly. Observe carefully, listen carefully. Then, then you have to leave the 10 flower as it is or undisturbedly for some days. For some days. After 10 days, you can observe fruits. You can observe fruits in 5 flowers. In five flowers, where pollen grains, listen carefully here, where pollen grains were added. Where pollen grains were added, in those flowers we can observe fruits. But in other 5 flowers, we cannot observe the fruits. We cannot observe. These type of flower, they remain as it is. They remain as it is, or they are shrivel and set off. Shrivel and set off. Understanding? Okay, observe here. Pollen grains play very important role here. Pollen grains should reach to the stigma. Understanding? Pollen grains should reach to the stigma. This process of transfer of pollen grains to the stigma. This process is called pollination process. This process is called pollination process. Are understanding? Like this, pollination plays very important role. Without pollination process, reproduction process does not occur. Fruit formation does not take place. Entire reproduction stops. That is why pollination is very important process. What is pollination? Process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. Is called pollination. Important, remember. Observe once all. Next, pollinators. What are pollinators? Are agents of pollination, or mainly water, air, animals, humans, birds, like this, insects. These are main important pollinators. In some lower plants, water helps for pollination process. For pollination process. If pollination process occurs by water, it is called hydrophily. When pollination process occurs by air, it is called anemophily. When pollination process occurs by animals, it is called zoophily. Okay, next birds. It is called ornithophily. What? Ornithophily. By insects, entomophily. What? Entomophily. Like this, there are different types of agents. Usually, in insects, main important pollinators are honeybees. Main important pollinators are honeybees. These are best pollinators for majority of the plants. Okay, what? Honeybees, dragonflies, butterflies. Okay, here honeybees, in sometimes ants. Like this, different types of insects. Maximum insects play as pollinators for different types of plants. Understanding? Okay, this is here pollination. These are pollination agents or agents of pollination. Observe all. Next step is fertilization. Next one is fertilization. What is fertilization? Fertilization means process of fusion of male and female gametes. Male and female gametes is called fertilization process. After pollination process, pollen grains reach to stigma because of presence of nectar on the surface of stigma. Pollen grains germinate. Pollen grains germinate and form a tube-like structure. This tube is called pollen tube. This is called pollen tube. Next, pollen tube grows towards the ovary and ultimately pollen tube sends the male gametes into the female structure. Then male gametes are fused with the female gametes and form zygote and form here zygote. This fusion is called here fertilization. This is called fertilization. After fertilization process, zygote is formed. From zygote, embryo is developed. What? Embryo. After fertilization process, ovary becomes larger and means size of the ovary becomes larger like this. Remaining all parts are degenerated. This larger growing ovary is called fruit. It is called actually fruit. Inside of the fruits, seeds are also present. These seeds developed from ovaries. Understanding? This is fertilization process. What? Fertilization process. Observe oneself. This is about here sexual reproduction in plants. Now let us see about asexual reproduction. What? Asexual reproduction. What are the characteristic features of asexual reproduction? Here, fertilization process is absent. Fertilization process is absent. Variations do not form. Variations also are understanding. Here, daughter cells are appeared as it is parents. Understanding? Okay, observe here asexual reproduction. Here in asexual reproduction, in plants, this is different vegetative parts are there: leaves, stem, root. By these vegetative parts, asexual reproduction occurs. Okay, this type of asexual reproduction is called vegetative reproduction. Is called vegetative reproduction. Why we are calling the asexual reproduction as vegetative reproduction? Here vegetative parts like roots, stem, leaves, they are involved in this type of reproduction. They produce new plants, means from these vegetative parts, new plants are developed. That is why this type of asexual reproduction is also called as vegetative reproduction. For example, in some plants, from roots, new plants are developed. New plants are developed. For example, carrot. For example, carrot. You know very well that. Next, curry leaves. I know. In curry leaves also, new plants are developed from roots. Next, radish. Beetroot. Okay, these are important ones. In this type of plants, new plants are developed from roots. Next, in some plants, from stems, new plants are developed. For example, potato. For example, potato. Next, onion. Next, ginger. Okay. Next, and some different types of plants. Here, like this, you know very well that curcumalanga. Okay, that is actually this garlic also. Okay, garlic, turmeric. Here, stems play very important role to produce new plants. Okay, this type of reproduction is called vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction. Next, leaves. In some plants, from leaves, new plants are developed. For example, bryophyllum. What? Bryophyllum. Scilla indica. New plants are developed from leaves. You know, for example, here new small plants are developed here like this. This is usually bryophyllum. Like these small plantlets are germinated on the edges of some plants. This type of vegetative reproduction, this type of asexual reproduction is called vegetative reproduction. Are you understanding? Okay. Usually potato. When we observe the potato cultivation, potato farmers first they cut the potato. They cut the potato. When we observe potato, we can see some like eye-like structures. Understanding? When we observe the potato, we can observe some dot-like structures. These are called usually eye. Usually eye. Eyes. These are vegetative birds. When we burrow these eyes of the potato inside of the soil, from these eyes, new potato plants will come out. Understanding? New potato plant will come out. Here, potato farmers first they cut potato into small pieces. Each and every pot should contain at least one eye, like this. Then they plant these small pieces of the potato containing eyes in soil. For example, this is potato pot. Here, eye is there. Here, this is potato pot. Here, eye is there. Here, this is potato. Here, eye. After some time, from these eyes, new plant grows. New plant grows. Like this. Are understanding? Here, observe from stem, new plants developed here. This type of reproduction is called vegetative reproduction. Okay, observe oneself. Here, tubers. In vegetative reproduction, tubers. Next, combs. Next, rhizomes. Next, bulb. Next, in sometimes stem tuber. Okay, runners, stolons, suckers, offsets. Like this, there are different types. Different types. Okay, bulbils. Like there are different types of modes of vegetative reproduction. Okay, observe all ones.